It's late afternoon and I've got my gas adjust shock box here, which I have just installed. Gas adjust shock after welding that stupid mount that popped off. Not 100% sure if you can see the actual weld. I MIG welded all the way around this thing, put a lot of heavy beads around it. Then I put in a black undercoating system, which is basically this stuff. It's Texcoat chip guard, and it is not cheap. It's like 25 bucks a can, but this stuff is awesome. It's very chip resistant, very resilient type of coating system. So that's what I've done here. As you can see here, I have my gas adjust shocks in. I've got my nut up here with a washer and a lock washer, and down there I'm going to start ratcheting on my if I can get the right wrench on it. I run the right size and flip it the other way so it tightens it. The base, oh no, that's loosened there. So, put that through the other side. Get it through. You can see it's starting to come through on that side of the mount. So I put the nut on it with the washer once I get enough of the bolt through. Then I can pull everything through and get that done. So that's this side welded up. So like I said, I've gone through and let's see if I can get some reflectivity here. Here we go. With my hand here, and you can see I painted that up and gotten that welded. Not a great welding job, but wanted to make sure there was enough beads on it. Put it on a high setting. Lincoln welder over here. There. So use that welder and get everything put together from what I needed to do here, and yeah, get the shop. Okay, it's getting a little dark. There is a shock mount up here, right here. I'm going to weld that together with the light that I have left tonight and get this one put in place. A little toasty, but got the weld going here. Just try to see if I can bring my lighting with me with this one. So I've got that welded up. Again, the bead is not pretty, but it is pretty solid. So that's good. Again, getting kind of close to the... Gotta make sure the foam doesn't catch on fire. That's been the biggest challenge, and just trying to get this bead so it makes sense around as much as I can on this thing. Make sure it's a lot more solid than what it was, especially after the snap-off incident. Yep, so that one's there. That's going to be ready in a little bit to get the shock put on and the undercoating sprayed on. All right, so shocks are in. Got them in there now. That stud is a little off center to where I want it to be, but not really going to cut that out and re-weld it, so I'm going to leave it where it is. It's not that far off, so that's good. And we're going to put the air shocks in soon. That'd be great. And we'll just get across under here to the drive shaft. You can see here, blaze of sunset there. But you can see the other shock is there. Put it installed there, and that is there. So the shocks are in, the new replacement shocks with the re-welded mounts, and we're going to be waiting for the airbag kit. It's a bright, super sunny Friday, and it's like 73 degrees out, which is just the way I like it. A little humid, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much here, although I will complain a little. So, last time I was in with this generator, I had a problem with the 110 power. As you recall, I got the fridge fixed, and boom, 110 power didn't work. What I found is, okay, generator, process of elimination, right? So I tapped into here and used a meter, and it was generating 123 volts. It was doing what it needed to do. I did put a new breaker on the gen set here, because I just wanted to make sure that, you know, if that was an issue, that would fix that one. So I got a new 30 amp breaker on there, checked my fuses. Everything was fine. It's generating power. I mean, the leads are coming off here, obviously, and going up into the box. And for some inexplicable reason, I just couldn't get the damn thing to generate power inside the coach in the outlets. So I'm saying, okay, it worked before. So very quickly, I never seem to do anything quickly. It always seems to drag out. I've got my fridge here still running on. It's a little dark here, so let's try to get that. You can see it's running on propane right now, because it won't run on electric, because there is none, at least not right now. So come inside the RV, a nice, neat, and tidy RV, as you can tell, and just checking my battery. About half, about 3/4, not too bad. So yeah, so you know, had the generator on, hooked it into shore power. Sure, it would work under shore power, no problem. You know, the light on the microwave would come on. I came over to my, it's always good to know where you know, where things are in your RV, because if you don't, it kind of sucks. And I'll revisit that here in a couple minutes. But so there's the main panel, and I replaced the main breaker. That didn't do anything. I wasn't getting any power. I had the leads from the tester on the bus bar and the hot side, and I wasn't getting anything. I mean, there was no juice coming here. So it had to be something before the fuse panel, right? The main panel. And of course, you know, I dug all this up, replaced my GFI, thinking maybe it's the GFI that's tripped and it's bad. Nope, that wasn't it. Still had a problem. So then I come here and I start, you know, find the mouse nests, trying to clean this all up. I'll foam all this. I'll get some expandable foam and refoam it, you know, get it nice and solid so it's tight, seal it all up. And trying to trace the wires, right? You know, I find my boondock unit wasn't functioning, which wasn't making me very happy. It's down here in this hole, which you can't see because I don't have my light. But if it's down there, that's another issue I have to deal with. My 12 volt power, but you can see I can run off the batteries just fine. I'm just not charging the battery. So I'm thinking there's got to be something between the generator in the back, right, and the panel, right? And so it works at shore power, and like I said, there's got to be something. So I'm digging around. I said, the heck with it. I'm gonna just look everywhere, trace the wires down, and then I looked and I was cleaning stuff out of here, and of course I don't know if you can see it 100% because I got drawers of stuff here. So I don't want that mitten is sticking. Sticky mittens. I'm gonna put that up there, out of the way, to get some more light in here. And maybe I should just open up the door. That might help too. Get some ventilation in here too. So here's my tester, right? And I find, of course, where does the cable go for the shore power, right? Into this box. And it looks suspiciously like, oh, there's some Cheetos in there. Great, gonna have to talk to kids about that. Cheetos wrappers. So there's all my cable for my shore power, which so neatly spools up inside the rig. And there is a breaker box. So you open up the breaker box, and of course it rubs up against my gas line, which I'm not 100% happy with. And there is a breaker. A Tripmatic, oh, I wouldn't say Tripmatic breaker, but there's a breaker there. And yeah, it's tripped. And when you turn the generator on and you press down, I'm not going to do that with my finger because I just, you know, was paranoid of electricity here. But obviously you can see, you can't see because my hand's in the way in the dark, is you can trip that breaker. And when you touch that breaker down, it actually runs off the generator. So the juice is coming through here, and it is closing the breaker and allowing the power to go through the rest of the way into the coach, into the fuse box. So what I've got to figure out is why I seem to have an issue with, ooh, there's a blown, wow, something blew here. Look at that. There's that little, I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but there looks like something blew up here inside the box, and there's a connector. It looks like there's a resistor here, or a diode. And over here, there's something went boom on that end, which is wired between this terminal and this terminal over here, and it is busted. And I'm not 100% sure what that is. Looks to me like a blown capacitor. I don't know why there'd be a capacitor in here. Again, my knowledge of electrical stuff is not the greatest, but I am going to pull that out and see what I need to do in order to so this is a transfer switch, a TS30 transfer switch, 30 amp, 120 volts AC, and I'm going to take some pictures of this, see what I can do. This appears to be not able to reset itself, and so I have to figure out what to do here in order to fix it. But that's what I've got here. I got a transfer switch. So I knew it was an isolator, transfer switch, something wasn't working, and managed digging around the inside of the RV. I managed to find this crazy thing. Let's see what I find. Get on the internet webs and do some research. Did some research here, and of course this very helpful, okay, I didn't talk to her at all, but you know, there she is on the site. So this is adventurerv.net, and I shopped around quite a bit to find a Progressive Dynamics transfer switch relay system, 30 amps. Not a bad price, about 70 bucks, 67 bucks. Shipping was a killer, to get it rush shipped, along with to have somebody react right away to actually place my order and get it mailed. It was 8 bucks, not a big deal, so that's not horrible. So anyways, I've got this ordered, and let's see here. Oh, there's a great picture of it right there. So basically that's what I'm getting to replace what blew out on mine, although it's really just like a $2 capacitor. So yay, have fun with that. So that's what I got ordered, and I'm hoping it'll show up soon and get to me so I can install it and have my automatic switching issues with my RV electrical resolved. And I've also had a little hiccup with the airbag kit, rear airbag kit, but you'll see that in a minute. Okay, so had a little hiccup with the ordering of the air system. We had the Firestone system that was ordered, the 8020. Apparently, that's not going to go back into production until at least November. Yeah, I'm not waiting that long. I don't feel like crawling under the RV in November either. Just not something I'm looking forward to. So I contacted the folks at SD Truck Springs, or on Ronkonkoma, which is on the island, or otherwise known as Long Island, but I call it the island. Anyway, so wound up ordering, shifting my order from the Firestone, which was pretty much, you know, not going to show up, and ordered an airlift kit, as you can see here, the airlift kit, and it's model number 88203 for the 86 Chevy P30. And I got airlifts to the front, so for me that was cool. Not cool because I wasn't getting the other kit, but this kit comes with a little bit extra to it than the Firestone kit. And I don't want to bash Firestone, but you know, when they don't want to sell their kits or make them, it kind of irks me a little bit. So this comes with, I'm going to see my cursor run around here. So it comes with the 2 airbags, comes with the brackets. Okay, there's the brackets that go on this one. Comes with the air hose, comes with a bunch of clamps, comes with some shim plates, the necessary hardware, I guess, and some zip ties to run the airline. And the thing that makes it a little different than other airlift kits is, you see right here, there's what we call a jounce. There's basically a closed cell polyurethane bumper inside the bag. So if you lose air pressure, it doesn't destroy your bag. Basically, it doesn't crush your bag to the point where you basically have to buy new ones, or basically buy a whole new kit at that point. So this is kind of neat because this is inside. Obviously, when the air is in it, it doesn't matter because you never will bump it. If you do, good thing you got a little extra insurance inside there. So yeah, so gonna wind up with this kit. I've got the kit for the front. Again, there's the jounce bumper is what they call it. So I'm gonna have that there, and there's a few day delay, but it's not horrible. It's not months, 6 months like the Firestone stuff. And they've actually discontinued some of the kits, so probably a good time for me to get this ordered and inside the RV here, installed in the RV, not inside the RV. Let's be outside the RV technically, or under the RV. But yeah, that was sort of the shift in plans, right? It doesn't seem like so I'm waiting for, let's see, my transfer switch to show up. I still have a problem with my converter, which I'll talk about sometime later. My boondocker's not working. I think maybe they had something to do with the fact that my converter, my switch blew up, transfer switch blew up. We'll see. I'm going to put that on the bench and test it, but right now things aren't looking good for the converter. Might have to swap it out for a new one. And yeah, so these are ordered. There's like a week delay. Hopefully it'll show up soon. We're trying to do our escape from New York video here shortly. And that's what I wound up getting. And I do like the airlift kits. They're pretty cool. I didn't see this originally because all it showed were the Firestone ones. It didn't show the airlift kits. I had to actually get the actual part number from the rep, whose name is Brian at sdtrucksprings.com. And he helped me out. We kind of talked it over the phone, and after I ordered, he goes, well, I'll let you know I prefer these over the Firestones. So, well, I do too, because I actually can get them. So anyway, so that's what's going to happen. There's the update for today. And looking forward to Art of RVing live stream at 3 o'clock on Sundays. They do it kind of late on Thursdays, but I do try to hit the Sunday one. They're a cool couple, and they do some good stuff for a lot of us smaller channels trying to build up. So happy, safe, and healthy RVing, everyone. Until next time.